Today I'm going to make some enchilada sauce and spicing it up with flip. Right now we're going to start with 4 main ingredients. This is roughly 15 dried chilies. I don't even remember what kind, but I use different kinds every time I make enchilada sauce. So just dried chilies, a bunch of garlic that I peeled. That's about 3/4 of an onion. And those are 2 jalapeños, which obviously I've taken the seeds out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in this pot, in the basket, fill it with water, boil it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Additionally, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Finally, I'm going to put a lid in there on top of everything to try to hold it down. We're going to boil it for about 20 minutes before taking it off the heat and then putting it in the blender. All right, well, the peppers, onions, jalapenos, garlic have all been submerged in boiling water for about 20 minutes. And now it's time to put them in a blender. I will tell you, putting them in this little container, really a good idea. It worked out well. So let's take a look at the blender. To that, I've been heating on the stove 1 part chicken broth, 1 part beef broth. And I'm going to use that as the liquid to smooth this out. Much like with almost all my cooking, this is not an exact science. What I'm going to do is I ladled in a few chicken broth and beef broth, and I'm going to kind of see what happens, see if it smooths it out or if I need more. Alrighty, I am going to add some spice to this, and then more liquid. To this I'm going to add some red pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and I am going to add some chili powder. A little more salt. Kirkland. I've also decided that I am going to add the juice to half a lime. All right, this is still way too thick, so I am going to keep adding some chicken and beef broth to try to thin it out. This really is trial and error. It depends so much on how many chilies and onions and just whatever you have in there, but eventually you have to thin it out. A lot of people use the chili water, which I've used. In this case, I wanted to use the chicken and beef broth because I like that flavor better added to the chilies. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yep, this is going to be a winner. Wow. I've decided I'm also going to add a little cumin. Still a bit thick. So, a little bit more beef and chicken broth. But we are getting close. Really, really close. Now, I'm going to tell you, this part straight up sucks. Straining the enchilada sauce, I've done it both ways, with straining, without straining. I got to be honest, as much as it's a pain, straining makes a huge difference. Straining will get out any of the seeds, any of the skins, anything that wasn't chopped up finely. What it leaves you with is a really smooth, absolutely delicious enchilada sauce. So with that, get a spoon, work it through the screen, and it'll leave all the sediment out of your enchilada sauce. All right, I'll pour from this side so you can see what's going on here. Just working it through the screen, end up with a nice, smooth enchilada sauce. All right, so here we are. A nice, lovely saucepan filled with enchilada sauce. The moment of truth. Oh, walking out of the light. That is absolutely, if you do none of my recipes other than when you pick one, pick this one. This is really, I hate saying it because I'm not a braggart. This is really delicious. You can use this for so many things, including enchiladas. I put out a cooking video every Sunday. It's Spicing It Up with the Flip. It's on the Road Comics Adventures channel on YouTube. Hope to see you Sundays.